I'm Suellen Lindquist. I'm from Camarillo, California. If I had to choose one word that describes me, the ultimate fundraiser. I fundraise for the VHL Alliance, and I've kind of made it my mission after my mother passed away. I actually promised her I would do that. She always wanted to give more than her $25 annual contribution once a year. She wanted to do more. She always said that. And I said, well, I'm going to carry the mantle and make it my mission in life to raise money and awareness about VHL. I worked for a couple charitable organizations prior to doing what I'm doing now. I never told my story. I didn't tell anybody. It wasn't something I advertised. I'd tell the people close to me, but I never said anything. And after my mom died, I just said, I have to tell everybody. I have to raise awareness. We have to find a cure. I was 5 years old, and my father sat me down on the front porch, and he said, Susie, you're going to have to be a big girl from now on. Your mom's losing her sight, and she's going to need help around the house. 5 minutes later, he said, okay, Mom's driving you to school. He wanted to get in the car with somebody he just said was going to be blind. So I get in the back seat of the car, and it's one of those old 1950 something or other, straddling the hump, hanging onto the back seat, so I'm on her left shoulder. And she's getting out, backs out. We go up into the intersection. She hits the curb. I fall out because I think we're all going to die. I'm like, how are you driving? You're blind. My mom woke up and couldn't see out of one of her eyes. She was 25 years old, and she had 2 children. She was pregnant with my younger sister. And they couldn't do anything at the time. They had to wait till she delivered. And they tried to reattach her retina, and it didn't work. And then they tried to salvage the other retina, and she lost all of her sight. 1962. She was amazing, she was graceful, she was kind, she was generous. Didn't have anything, but she was generous. She'd give it to you if she had it. She helped anybody who needed it, and she was just an amazing gift of a mother. She had lost her brother Bill in 1981. He was diagnosed with VHL the same time she was. And he had kidney cancer, and he didn't recover from that. VHL, von Hippel-Lindau, it's a rare genetic cancer syndrome affecting less than 10,000 people in the United States. Everybody's born with the VHL gene, and it's a tumor suppressor gene. In our case, it's twisted or it's done something, and then we get tumors in various parts of our body, 10 systems actually. The brain, the spine, the eyes, the adrenals, the kidneys, the pancreas, the reproductive organs. And in a nutshell, it's not a nice disease, and we really need to find a cure. Doctors told us if you don't have it or you don't get it by the time you're 20, you're not going to get it. And I was diagnosed when I was 35. I remember going in, and it was a blur because all of a sudden all of the interns, all of the fellows, all of the students, everybody's coming, a long line of people to look at my eyes, and I knew. So I walked back to my office thinking, how am I going to tell my mom? And I don't want to cry, but it was so hard listening to her voice say, just a big sigh on the other side. And I'm saying, I'm going to be okay. It's okay. I'm fine. But she thought that we all escaped it, you know. And that was hard, very hard for me. Well, I have 3 children, Shauna, Nisi, and Rolly. Shauna and Rolly both have VHL. Shauna's son, Devontae, has VHL, and Rolly's son, Michael, has VHL. We were always told it was an eye disease, and we didn't spend a lot of time on it other than the annual eye exam until my daughter got her first brain tumor, and then it expanded from there. No one wants to pass this on to their children. There's so many better things that I can donate to my children or pass along, my good looks or, you know, my brown eyes or something. But this was devastating when you, I've always known the potential was there, but going back, it was just an eye disease when I was having kids. And that wasn't so bad. But now all these other manifestations come out, and yeah, I feel guilty. It's devastating how it can work its way through a family dynamic. They say it's 50-50, but 2 of my 3 kids have it. That's I pray that I could take it on for myself. I would take it all in a minute. And we noticed on her birthday in 2010 that her face had dropped on one side. So my daughter and my sister took her to the emergency room, and she had a tumor on her brainstem. Pretty good size one. Never ever complained of symptoms, never said she was dizzy, had headaches, was sick, nothing. And we're all shocked that she's going into surgery, and they just wheeled her away and we never saw her again. The image in my head after we found out that my mother died was my daughter sitting in front of the elevator doors waiting for her sister to come up so she could tell her that we didn't have my mother anymore. That was devastating because she was our rock, she was our glue, and it all was gone in what felt like an instant. I promised her that I was going to raise money and awareness wherever I could and however I could. And my kids and I got together and it was like, what are we going to do for Mom to leave her a legacy and so she won't be forgotten? And she used to teach Braille at the local senior center. So I thought, what if we put a bench in a little flower garden or some kind of thing like that, or put a plaque somewhere nearby? And one of my kids said, Mom, you run 5Ks. Why don't we do a 5K and raise money that way? And it's easy for us because I run. So I know what I like and don't like at these venues and these races. So we just took all the best parts and started the Mom's Day Run. In 2011, 48 friends and family showed up. Shauna had just had brain surgery 2 weeks before, and she came in a wheelchair and pillows and a hoodie, and poor thing was not feeling good, but she wanted to be there for her grandma. And we raised $1,500. Hopefully this year's more.
Racers, are you ready? Set! Go!
The third Mother's Day run, we had a sizable increase of people. And I run out in front of the crowd of people because I want to get a picture of them running towards me. And I stopped. And I said, Mama, do you see this? This is amazing, and it's all for you. I put her picture on our marketing, and she wouldn't have liked that very much, but she's really pretty, and I wanted to show everybody. So I think she'd have something funny to say about that. But yeah, standing at the starting line and saying, Mama, you see what we did? That was, yeah. I call the VHL warriors first a person who may have VHL, or the people that are helping them battle and raise money and funding for cancer research. Any of those people would qualify as a VHL warrior. You're a soldier. You're battling every day with this disease. There's always constant reminders that there's this thing here that you have to fight. And yeah, I'm definitely a warrior. Because I'm not gonna let it go until I can't breathe anymore. And I've made my kids promise that when I'm gone, they have to keep going with the Mom's Day Run. One, I made my mom that promise, and I'll keep my promise. But I hope in my lifetime that I will see a cure. I pray that the cure comes for my kids and my grands. I don't want them to have to deal with this or think about it. You know, I can't imagine how it feels knowing, like my daughter with a brain tumor, that there's another one gonna come. You're just waiting for it to show up. It's always lurking there. Yeah, my goal is to find a cure. I would love it 40 years from now that my grandkids are still hosting the Mom's Day Run. I'm hoping that that goes on. It's a legacy for my mom right now, but maybe it'll be my legacy someday.